And we got Ed Ratledge back at the service line, Kyle.
But also, how lucky are we? It is Halloween, and we're playing volleyball here in Clearwater, Florida, the 2021 Open Beach National Championships presented by the AVP Next Gold Tour.
And if you've not heard the backstory between Rosenthal and Tanner Smith, Rosenthal got his start playing with Tanner's dad about 22 to 24 years ago. And this match that you're seeing here, this partnership, has been 22 years in the making. They started formulating a plan for Tanner to play with Rosenthal, bringing it full circle. So, because Rosenthal made his bones playing with Tanner's dad, getting his first AAA rating back in the day in California. Now Tanner's here playing with Rosenthal, and what a great story. I mean, volleyball, family, community. I mean, it hits all the hot buttons and, tickles the cockles of the heart.
It's really interesting. I think a lot of fans, and I'll use the expression laypersons, people that might pay more attention to volleyball when it's around the end of the quad at the Olympics. They see a Misty May and they see a Carrie Walsh, and they've been together for so long, when in actuality these athletes, they're constantly looking for that partner. And to your point, Rosenthal getting his start with Tanner Smith's dad many moons ago, and now working with his son. And then Ed also working out. Ed, no stranger to the main draws, here working with Cody, seeing where the development Cody's had. He's incredible. I had an opportunity to speak with him last night. He's really excited about Cody's prowess as a defender. And I think somebody like Ed Ratledge, who's been around for a while, has the length, has the net minding ability. He has somebody like Cody Caldwell behind him who's going to pick up a lot of balls.
Speaking with Tanner's dad today, actually, he informed me, he goes, Ed's a good buddy of ours. And Tanner's played a lot in Ed's tournaments out in California. And, Ed, I guess, major tournament director for a lot of the juniors and up-and-coming and kind of development programs. So it is a constant evolution. There's a lot of connection within the community. And these guys are competing today, going hard against each other. But end of the day, they're all still friends. And, yeah, you may have won, but you're also sitting there feeling bad for your friends on the tour.
Slight ball mishap. On the near side of your screen on the left is Sean Rosenthal, his partner on the right, Tanner Smith. At the net is Cody Caldwell serving Ed Ratledge. Rosenthal overhead to the middle to Smith. Late transition. That's going to beat Caldwell.
Gets the kill down the line.
Tanner with the kill.
Enjoying this first match of the day here, staring straight into the sun to catch all the volleyball action to bring to you each and every morning. I don't know if that's the sun or just the aura of the players in the court.
High ball picked up by Ratledge. The step closed, dink over the top, finds the sand.
That's 8 a.m. power right there.
And I think that's the fun about this game, is there's so many different ways to play it, whether that be pure strength, whether that be finesse, whether that be you're just constantly keeping the ball off the sand, whether that's you're putting so much pressure on your opponents from the from your blocking presence. All these different types of athletes can be very successful here. Finding that right partnership, which you mentioned not too long ago, is, I don't want to say it's a struggle, it's a journey. It's a journey for them.
Well, you got to remember, Cal, I mean, you also make adjustments, for how you're playing and how you're progressing in your game. I mean, pure power has not been a part of my game for, since juniors, but I always say it's not the power, it's the placement. So it is about finesse. It's also, you know what, you may not be the biggest hitter, you may not be the tallest player, but knowing the court awareness, having the ball control, and being able to paint corners. I mean, one of the biggest and most powerful centers I've had the pleasure to watch and announce, Lloyd Ball, no one can paint that back 2 inches of the court. That 2-inch square is like Lloyd's perfect spot. And I love watching that ball control, whether it's indoor, beach, or grass. I mean, you see the AVP and a lot of players with the finesse shots, great serving prowess like you see here with Tanner. It's amazing to see the different factions and silos, if you will, of ball control and skill shots.
Service ace brings us to 6-6. That's the first ace of the game. Smith serve picked up by Caldwell. Ratledge puts Caldwell on the net. Caldwell over the top.
Caldwell down the line. Answering back to that service ace by Tanner Smith.
Ratledge heads back to the service line. Caldwell will block. You know, this is something we see, and as I mentioned, I was speaking with Ed. We had the pleasure to have dinner with him last night, and he's probably somebody, you know, I don't want to speak for him, but he's somebody who you would say probably would say they haven't had to work a day in their life, and it's because he loves what he does. He's had the volleyball community behind him. He's been able to contribute. You know, he's somebody who's trying to leave a legacy when it comes to the sport of volleyball, especially beach volleyball.
I don't know if he'd ever have to work a day in his life. I mean, he is, you know, working as a coach, tournament director, training on the tour. I mean, yes, they say you love what you do. You never work a day in your life, but never discount the effort and time and, I guess, investment both personally and mentally into the game.
Yeah, and that's not to say other athletes aren't doing the same thing.
Exactly.
You know,
but
certainly, we're here right now. We
are sensitive to that. Yes,
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We just happened to be chatting with Ed last night. You know, we would have loved to
Actually,
have.
we were chatting with a lot of the tournament right here at the Sheridan Sand Key Resort. You know, the downstairs dinner or the restaurant there was loaded with all. You could hear the camaraderie. You know, 15 different tables surrounding us. So we had dinner with about half of the tournament last night. You know, we saw Evan Corey, we saw Savvy Simo, Tony Rodriguez, and everyone was sitting there, even though they're competing all day, hanging out, sharing, you know, laughs, good times. I think preparation and hitting the sack early in planning for today.
Picked up by Ratledge. Caldwell's going to go high to the middle of the court, step close, uncontested, finds the sand.
Swing there.
Right now, Caldwell and Ratledge splitting 3 kills apiece.
7 here on center court. 9 serving 7.
Smith and Rosenthal combining for 3 kills. Caldwell back to serve. You know, we see it in the partnership. The skill set is, as we mentioned, can be very different from group to group. You may have somebody who's always going to block. So regardless of if they're serving, they're going to come up and block. Attack error by Smith.
Ball goes just wide. Cody Caldwell back to serve.
My point to that is you have Caldwell serving right now. This is probably the matchup they would like, but certainly when Ed is serving, you have Cody up at the net. You
also have Cody, who is no slouch, as a big 6'6" or 6'7" blocker. He's not short. He just looks that way next to Ed.
Fair point. Fair point. Smith back to serve. Cross court kill.
Here on center. Rosenthal doing some unique sign language to the sidelines. Hard to tell what he was miming. Not allowed. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Picked up by Caldwell, coming over on the option.
Ratledge taking it on 2. Nice set there from Cody Aloysius Caldwell.
Caldwell having completed his indoor career at Loyola Chicago. Men's season just a few months away. They've been practicing, starting to see some scrimmages. Service ace.
Serve from Ed Ratledge. I mean, hard to lay off that much power. The only people in the tournament louder than me at 8 a.m. on court number 2. Oh, that's so much better if I stand up. Great shot.
High shot by Rosenthal over the top of Ratledge. That's his second kill of the set.
We're switching sides.
Up should be technical timeout, 9-12. Dave, we're here in Clearwater, Florida, 2021 Open National Championships presented by the AVP Next Gold Tour.
That's right, the final day of the AVP Next Gold. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you on the other side of these messages.
Welcome back to court number 1 here on Halloween. The last day of this tournament, teams vying for a share of a $30,000 purse. Over 70 teams combined with the men's and the women's brackets. We have a few 8 a.m. matches going on here as players begin to trickle in for those 9 o'clock matches. On the near side of your screen, serving in the backwards hat, Sean Rosenthal, his partner Tanner Smith at the net. On the other side, just below the Wilson Optics volleyball, a staple here at AVP events, Cody Caldwell passing the ball. Ratledge going to go high to Caldwell. Caldwell has to step close, get his feet, pokes over the top, finds the sand. That's Caldwell's 4th kill. He shares 4 apiece with Ratledge. Rosenthal coming in with 2, chipping in is Tanner Smith with 3. (13 serving 9). Picked up by Smith. Smith's up quickly. Has to step close off the net. Ratledge transitions. He's going to put him tight. No block, though. Ball goes over. Resets. High to the middle. He has to take a shot. Does so across the face of Ratledge to the sand. That's Smith's 4th kill here, set number 1. Him and Rosenthal combining for 6. Ratledge and Caldwell for 8. Errors are split 2 apiece, 2 coming from the service line for Caldwell and Ratledge. Rosenthal and Smith coming from attack errors. 1 service ace in the match, and that belongs to Smith. Picked up by Caldwell, optioning. Missed time. I spoke too soon. Smith back to serve. Good option, definitely no one blocking. He had kind of a pick and litter, whether he was going to go down the seam or maybe short. It was open. Picked up by Ratledge. Ratledge is going middle, the lefty. Finds the sand. Ratledge rectifying his attack here. Heads back to the service line. Caldwell will be at the net. Rosenthal and Smith to receive.
Daddy and Ratty back to serve. You ready?
Smith to the middle, has Caldwell over the top. Ratledge with the touch, coming over on 1. Dave, I cannot actually see the official.
That was out of bounds. I saw the score go to 12-14 here on center court. That's going to bring Rosenthal up to serve. Cal, I did have some information. The winner of this match is now moving on, and the loser of this match will end up in 9th place.
Oh, okay.
And that would put them just outside of taking home a paycheck.
Caldwell's picked up. Ratledge with a touch. 4 contacts is whistle, possibly a lift.
We got 13-14 here on center court. Rosie going back to serve. Sean Rosenthal at the service line. Rosenthal with the backwards hat. His partner Tanner Smith at the net with no shirt.
Skyball handled by Caldwell to Ratledge. Caldwell takes the rip down the cross away from the streaking defender. That ties us at 5 apiece. That's going to bring about another side switch. 15 serving 13. Caldwell back to serve. Serves back in. Caldwell with the standing float or jump float. Tight to the net. Has to pull it out. Coming over. Results is a free ball. Caldwell puts Ratledge tight. Ratledge goes over. Ball is intercepted by Smith. Smith with his second block of the set.
Blocked by Tanner Smith.
Dave, since we're in opens. We're competing for a share of money. Are all these sets being played 2 of 3, first 2 to 21?
I do believe they are even in the contenders bracket. If you are going to stay and move on, I believe all of them are they're going to be match play. Historically, if you were in the consolation bracket trying to vie back into it, it was 1 to 28. But I believe since this is for money, and I'll have to double check with the tournament director just to verify. First thing in the morning, I would hope it'd be match play.
Rosenthal with the kill over the top of the streaking Caldwell. Shout out to the AVP America crew. Getting here early, having this fantastic venue set up. Over, as I mentioned, over 70 teams. I think it was either just shy of 80, maybe just over 80 teams competing combined between the men's and the women's division. That does not include AA, A, B. There's also a co-ed division that is going to start today. Ratledge high to the court. Caldwell will set his feet. Net violation is whistled.
All matches you're going to be seeing here, whether on court 1 or 2, at this level, everything's going to be match play, and that's what you want to see. Fair, balanced, and more volleyball. Everybody gets a little treat a little early. Happy holidays early. And happy Halloween if you're joining us at home. While you're joining us, if you're liking what you're seeing, please make sure to go click that subscribe button on the AVP America channel so you get caught up on all the action, watch the updated and highlight videos posted, check out all of the action across AVP America, get notified. Again, click that subscribe button so we can help bring you all the volleyball action in your community nationwide.
Ratledge's swing finds the sand. 6 kills for Ratledge. Rosenthal and Smith splitting 4 apiece at the moment.
16 here, Ed Ratledge back to the service line in our first match of the day. Templer off the tape. Rosie's up.
Off the top of Caldwell into the sand. That's Rosenthal's 5th kill. He'll send back his teammate Tanner Smith to serve.
Rosenthal, you can tell that caffeine's kicking in. Jameson only, no Baileys. He's a little bit bitter this morning about that.
Smith to serve. Handled by Caldwell. Caldwell's on top of the net. Pokes over. Picked up by Rosenthal. He's going to put him tight. Has Caldwell. Picked up by Ratledge. Caldwell has Ratledge, the lefty. Over the top. Off the block and over. Has the option. Takes it. Finds the sand.
Slide approach for Ratledge. Paints the corner. Inside out shot. Accidentally on purpose. And we're switching sides here. 18-17 on center.
Dave, I know you look like you're feeling a little chipper this morning. And I noticed you had something in your hand. What was that?
This would be my delicious super coffee. And if you've not tried the mocha or vanilla, you are doing yourself a disservice. It's got protein, caffeine, all the enes to keep you pristine. Check it out at your local grocery store. Super coffee, sweet and creamy to fuel you all day long. Positive energy at its finest.
The serve from Caldwell is wide of the sideline. That's Caldwell's 3rd service error here in set number 1. Dave, we're all tied up, 18 apiece.
Was that Caldwell or was that Ratledge?
I thought it was Caldwell. I'm going to be honest, the sun was blocking my vision. If someone at home can let us know, comment, let me know if I made a mistake.
Trust me, they will.
I appreciate it.
There we go, action back underway. Rosenthal serving, going to Caldwell. At Ratledge, great hustle to get there.
Oh, picked up by Rosenthal, going over again on to 2.
Oh my
picked up
God.
again. Poked. Oh, wow.
Effort.
Interesting.
From the floor to the ceiling.
So whoever goes back to serve next will know who made that error previously. Fantastic song.
It's a song dedicated to my volleyball career.
I have no words. Ratledge to serve. Handled by Smith.
Just a touch low. We've got 20 serving 18 here on center. That will bring us to set point number 1.
Set point number 1, 2 set point opportunities that Smith and Rosenthal will need to stave off here. Handled by Smith. Rosenthal brings Smith to the middle of the court, gives him some options. Just wide of the sideline. That brings us to the end of set number 1. Ratledge, Caldwell take it 21-18 here in our first match of the day on Championship Court. Dave, we're going to step away for a brief pause after a word from our sponsors.
For the cruise, bring bottles to the head. McKenna fully pumping. You got me surfing till my eyes all red. Oh, oh, fire in the sky. Oh, oh, give thanks for this life.
I'm training for my 6th Olympics. More than ever before, I have to work hard to stay in shape. I run, I lift, I do yoga. That means sore knees, sore back, sore everything. KT Tape helps me push past the pain.
Used by athletes around the world and at home, just like you. KT Tape relieves the pain of aching muscles and joints. Perform at your best. Easy to apply. Use it for many common injuries. KT Tape. Train longer, finish stronger.
KT Tape works for me, it'll work for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Championship Court, court number 1 here in Clearwater, Florida. 2021 AVP Next Gold Tour Beach Open National Championships. The final beach event on the 2021 schedule. There was an event beginning on the 1st of the year. So many of these athletes competing anywhere from just a few up to 20 plus events over the course of 2021. Swing from Ratledge across the face of both Rosenthal and Smith. Caldwell and Ratledge combined for a total of 13 kills in set number 1. Rosenthal and Smith combining for 9. And Ratledge will open up the scoring here in set number 2. Caldwell back to serve. Rosenthal brings Smith to the middle of the court. Smith through, picked up, over. Takes the option, chooses to go back. Rosenthal. We're going to play it out of the net here. Good touch by Ratledge. Ball's not able to go over on 3. That's the tough part, especially as you as a partner maybe aren't transitioning. You think your partner's going to take that option. Then they choose to set you. You're taking your athletic prowess. You're trying to get as much height as you can to hit that cut shot, put a lot of pressure on your opponent so you can reset. Rosenthal in the center of your screen. Quick glimpse of our corporate sponsors setting up just behind him as the players start to trickle in. Serve is just wide. Ratledge will head back to the service line. Two aces in the match thus far. One for Smith, one for Ratledge. Relatively low error, combining for 6 total errors as Smith and Rosenthal, Ratledge and Caldwell combining for 5 total errors. Caldwell goes over, handled by Smith. Rosenthal at the net, brings him to the middle. Smith's going to have some shot options.
Great shot there from Tanner. Big swing going to the angle of the line there, actually, if you will. But great court awareness. You saw him lead in going left and then turn it back right.
You know, I think a lot of players that are transitioning from the indoor game to the outdoor game, they think, okay, if I'm standing here on the left side of the court, I'm hitting on the left. If I'm standing on the right. And we saw a great example there by Tanner Smith. And Rosenthal, for that matter, he brings them to the middle of the court. He creates more angles, gives them a little bit more court to work with. Smith with the service ace, just out of the reach of Ratledge. That's Smith's second serve, one in the first, now here in the second. They lead by one, 3-2. Just a great example of how you can create different angles. You cause your opponents to have to see a different look, and just that alone can be just enough to get you maybe out of that slump if you're whether you're not passing incredibly well. Maybe the opponents have been putting a lot of pressure on you. Caldwell with the kill. He'll head back to the service line. Great view of Caldwell holding the Wilson AVP optics ball. If you're looking for a volleyball gift for a budgeting beach volleyball player, head over to wilson.com to get yours today. Caldwell opts for the high sky ball. Little bit of wind. Goes over on two. Rosenthal with the option. Let's take a look at that replay. Presented by Spike Ball. Rosenthal to serve. I apologize. Beating Rosenthal and Smith is Caldwell. Going down the middle of the court, going just inside that end line.
Demonstrating the hook shot there. Caldwell showing the perfect form. Four to four all tied up here in set number 2. After the quorum discussion, we have a unanimous decision. It is Ed serve. It takes a village, everybody. It takes a village.
You know, it's hard. I think part of it is you're playing, you're intense. That's the last thing you're really trying to worry about is who's serving next. You're really just trying to put your partner in the best position to be successful, and you're playing with a lot of intensity, and so sometimes it takes a little bit of help.
Just a bit low. And I believe Ed Ratledge serving again here on center. We got 5-4. Numbers tend to be hard, especially at 8 a.m. These guys, see, normally what you'd see in these formats, Kyle, play typically starts around 9 a.m., but given the time constraints and, it is later in the year, we are getting an earlier start just to make sure that we have those daylight hours. Volleyball people, especially the AVP, Next Gold, AVP America, AVP Grass, are very environmentally conscious and very respectful of not only the communities they play in, but also the environment. So I guess this is turtle season here in Clearwater Beach, so they're making sure that the lights do not go on to encourage the, the turtles spawning, and also this is the time of year they come on the beach to lay their eggs and, help you guys support the environment and also the species that is in danger. So big shout out to AVP America and AVP Next Gold for the small nuances of all they do to support the communities they play in and are a part of, no matter where they are in the country.
No, you're absolutely right, Dave. I actually learned that myself upon check-in, the Sheridan Sand Key having some literature around. Otherwise, I would not have known that. Smith registering his third kill here in set number 2. He leads all attackers right now with 3. Everyone else chipping in with 2 apiece.
Rosenthal rocking the Designer's double at the service line.
Rosenthal back to serve. He's utilized quite a few different service styles here with the top spin. Handled by Ratledge. Ratledge out of the middle, off the hands of Smith and to the sand. Ratledge tying up Smith with 3 kills apiece here. He now has 5 total for the match. Smith chipping in with 7. Rosenthal with 7 as well. And then Caldwell second with 8. Ratledge back to serve. Fortunately, the sun has gone behind the buildings as it continues to rise overhead, but it's given us a little brief reprieve, and we can see the action.
Oh, great up.
Ratledge's dig goes over, handled by Smith. Doesn't take the option. He's going to go high over the top of Caldwell. Caldwell unable to run that one down. Smith with the volley lander.
7-7 here, and we're switching sides.
Side switch number 2. Dave, as we're switching sides, I have some friends. They have little ones that are looking to get into volleyball. Do you have any suggestions as gifts as the holidays approach?
Honestly, I would give them a membership to AVP America because that is a gift that keeps on giving because there are tournaments and updates constantly to that website. I mean, we have a lot of great sponsors here at AVP America, AVP Next Gold. A huge integral part would be Slunks, UFOs, CrossNet, Spike Ball is another. I mean, there's a lot of great sponsors that turn into, hey, we want to support those sponsors that support our volleyball community. Any one of those, whether it be a pair of Slunks for, and they have women's sizes, they have women's lines, men's lines, UFOs, sizes for every age, because you can never start your recovery too early. CrossNet and Spike Ball, whether it's on the beach, in the yard, at a party, it is, both games are perfect for every age, and any one of those would make an amazing gift for the holidays.
Ratledge doing a fantastic job fending off that third contact that had to go over by Rosenthal and Smith, utilizing his length and his reach, going over the top with the knuckle pokey down the line. Smith responding in kind, but just wide.
Just wide. We got 9-7 here. 9 serving 7.
Dave, I think you brought over some numbers here. As we continue through this contenders and the winners bracket, we'll have some possible payouts for teams and based on how they finish. What do you got for us?
Right now, these teams are vying for a payday. So winner moves on and at least will be in 7th place, which comes with a nice $500 payday. But first place takes $5,000. Second place is going to take $3,000. Then the payouts go to $200, $100, and $500. So, I mean, a lot of payouts here and a lot of people going home with some cash this weekend. The winner would go into 7th place.
Off the platform of Ratledge and out of bounds.
Not going to try and chase it down. 8-10 here on center.
So to be
Rosenthal
slightly more specific,
back to serve.
the team that does not go on, they will finish 9th, tied for 9th, I believe, and the winner would go on having opportunity to play for 7th, could potentially still finish outside of the placement round, if you will.
Would at least, if the winner of this would at least come in 7th place, if not higher.
Gotcha. Rosenthal underneath the hands of Caldwell down the line.
Line shot. Line shot by Rosie, ducking past the block of Caldwell. We got 9 serving 10 here.
Rosenthal registering his 3rd kill here in set number 2. In set 2 alone, him and Smith combining for 8. Ratledge and Caldwell combining for 6. Currently, it's a story of attack errors at the moment. Service errors have gone away to this point. Right now, just a few more attack errors. Only a 1-point advantage off the top of Smith to the sand. Ratledge now registering his 5th kill. And especially at this level, David, it is those small things. By no means am I saying you can't have errors. That is not it. You want to kind of find that level of being aggressive, putting a lot of pressure on your opponents. As you get farther into the set, as you get farther into the match, the timing of those really start to potentially cause
I mean,
effect.
timing's everything, but I mean, here what you're seeing is you want to stay up at least 1-2 points, and hopefully you can further that gap deeper in the game. You always mention if you want to make a mistake early or make a mistake, you want to make that early. Not always the case here. That's going to bring us to 10-11. We have our technical timeout here on center.
Dave, we're going to just take a step away here. We'll hear a message from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
I'm training for my 6th Olympics. More than ever before, I have to work hard to stay in shape. I run, I lift, I do yoga. That means sore knees, sore back, sore everything. KT Tape helps me push past the pain.
Used by athletes around the world and at home, just like you. KT Tape relieves the pain of aching muscles and joints. Perform at your best. Easy to apply. Use it for many common injuries. KT Tape. Train longer. Finish stronger.
KT Tape works for me. It'll work for you.
Welcome back. Set number 2. We just took that technical timeout. Tanner Smith to serve, handled by Ratledge. Ratledge going off the hands of Smith, out of bounds.
Off the top of the block at Tanner. 12-10 here on center.
Ratledge leading all attackers thus far here in set number 2 by 1. He has 6. Smith with 5. Rosenthal with 4. And Caldwell rounding it out with 2. Ratledge's serve is long.
Great coaching tip there from Rosenthal. We got 11 serving 12 here. Rosie back to serve.
Ratledge pass takes Caldwell tight, goes over third contact, finds the sand.
Getting the kill. Straight up to get to the 6th spot. 13-11 here, set number 2.
You're seeing a pretty conscious effort right now between Smith and Rosenthal to make Ratledge play a lot of volleyballs. He's been around the game for a long time. He has to move a lot when he has to pass, also attack, and then play defense after he serves. So getting a lot of motion. He mentioned last night burning 1,000 calories in a bout of sand is by no means out of the stretch of the imagination. Especially just things that get a little bit more intense. You're hyper focused. You're working hard. Your muscles, and that's where like training allows you to find yourself in these situations and feel like it's not any different than when you are on the beach, just with you and your partner working through some things, repping it out.
Absolutely. I mean, you see a lot of ground being covered, and I always love volleyball as a passive workout because you're just playing the game. You're covering a lot of ground, and I mean, it's just a testament to endurance. A long day yesterday, covering a lot of ground, just 2-on-2, and you're seeing Ratledge here, unflappable, and same with young Tanner Smith.
Smith swing, unfortunately, off the net and out of bounds, just wide of that sideline. That's going to give a 3-point advantage to Ratledge and Caldwell. Ratledge will serve.
Beautiful.
Puts him tight. Smith intercepted. Rosenthal fakes the option. Smith off the hands of Ratledge, out of bounds, and by hands I mean platform.
Out of bounds. Tanner Smith with the kill. 12-14.
Caldwell and Ratledge on the bottom of your screen. On the top, serving Tanner Smith. His partner at the net in the backwards hat, Sean Rosenthal. Handled well by Rosenthal, or excuse me, handled well by
Down the
Ratledge.
line for Ratledge. That'll bring up Cody Caldwell to
keeping him mainly to the right side of the court. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring him a little bit more center. Him being left-handed gives him both the cutback option as well as that kind of fade away or thumb down, if you will, or wrist away.
Good inside-out shot, as I like to say. Caldwell jump serve coming. Going to Smith. Rosenthal, nice set.
Caldwell with a beat on it, just out of his reach.
Slap attack does not go for Cody Aloysius Caldwell. We're switching sides here on center court.
Side switch, number 4.
Morning, Davis. Good morning, Davis family. Rosenthal. Rosenthal back to serve here.
13 serving 15.
Sky ball coming. Just a bit short. Ref's not going to allow it. 16-13. That's a Bronx call right there.
Handled by Smith. Rosenthal's going to put Smith on the net. Smith will have some options. Dug by Ratledge. Caldwell sets him straight up and down. The lefty takes a swing. It's going over. That ball barely entering the plane before Caldwell took a rip at it, finds the sand.
Cody pulls back at just the right time because if he reached any further, it would have been embarrassing for everybody.
Ratledge serves with a 4-point advantage, 17-13.
Cody, you follow Tanner. Okay, just making sure.
That was a test, and he passed.
Oh, nice set.
Rosenthal puts Smith tight. Smith taking the option, finds the sand cross court.
From Tanner Smith.
Smith now registering his 8th kill here in set number 2, combining for 12 total in the match. Smith back to serve. Picked up by Caldwell. Ratledge is going to put Caldwell on the net. Caldwell over the top of Smith to the sand.
Oh, the Loyola loop. Deep to the corner. 18-14 in set number 2.
Dave, I noticed you're reaching for your sunglasses. I noticed there are Pit Viper too. Pit Vipers of sunglasses is here bringing the party and utilizing the optimal blend of style and performance to help you keep your eyes on the ball all game long.
Honestly, my Pit Vipers, the neon, are the what they called the Neon Perfect for, I believe it was air guitaring. If you have not checked out the website, for the giggles and the style alone, you need to do so. Absolutely brilliant glasses and inventive marketing, to say the very least. Rosenthal back here to serve. We have 15-18.
Serve is out of bounds.
You can dodge a wrench. You can dodge a ball. Ratledge letting that one go long. We got 19-15.
Rosenthal and Smith certainly looking to go probably 2 to 3 to 1 right now. Still a lot of room left to work with. We're going to get Rosenthal putting Smith on the net. Smith's going to go over the top, but handled by Ratledge. Ratledge, the lefty, utilizing his reach over the top of the block of Smith.
We're switching sides here.
And that brings us to match point opportunity number 1.
Ratledge, it does take him a few extra seconds to fall. It's kind of like a redwood.
And if a tree falls, does it make a noise?
Always. Back to the action here. Big Ed at the service line for match point.
I'll challenge you here, Dave. Though noise is actually a perception of sound vibration. So if it's not heard, is it a sound?
So Sean Rosenthal wanting that. He was going for the strategic set over for the kill, just a touch short. Great job, great run here by Rosenthal and Smith.
Caldwell finishing with 10 kills total. You have Ed Ratledge finishing with 16 kills. Sean Rosenthal with 9. Tanner Smith combining for 13 total kills. The tail of the tape, a few too many errors towards the latter parts of both set number 1 and set number 2. Rosenthal and Smith will finish in 9th place. We have Ratledge and Caldwell continuing on as they pursue an opportunity to face anybody as they continue along for that winner's bracket. Dave, I'm Kyle Homeyer.
David Shaw, the voice of reason. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll catch you after these important messages.
Training for my 6th Olympics. More than ever before, I have to work hard to stay in shape. I run, I lift, I do yoga. That means sore knees, sore back, sore everything. KT Tape helps me push past the pain.
Used by athletes around the world and at home, just like you. KT Tape relieves the pain of aching muscles and joints. Perform at your best. Easy to apply. Use it for many common injuries. KT Tape. Train longer, finish stronger.
KT Tape works for me, it'll work for you.
Slippers, no shoes, Hibachi for the cruise, green bottles to the head, McKenna fully pumping. You got me surfing till my eyes all red.